Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. Shane, Lindsey, and I are back for Survivor 50, Episode 7 with our guest Denise Martin from Survivor China. Denise, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, this is your
third.
Yeah, this is your third time, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, second or third.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we'll get into it. This episode was technically the actual merge because last week we had some chaos instead. But what were your guys' impressions of this episode of Survivor 50? Denise, what did you think?
I think to all those people on the beach, I don't know how anybody can organize anything. It's just so many people. And they get one plan and it's like, no, we're going to have 15 people in on this one plan. There's only 17 people on the beach.
Right. Yeah. It's insane. Yeah. I don't know how they keep their plan straight either, because there's so many people and so many different opinions of how things should go. So it is crazy how that all works out. But Shane, Lindsey, what about you guys? What did you think of this episode?
I liked it because we're at the point in the season now where kind of the storylines are shifting a little bit, and I feel like for everybody we finally have enough to know what their story is. And some of the quieter people are coming out. Like Tiffany, I thought had a really good episode.
Yes.
I like some of her confessionals, and she's really making her mark. But for me, there's two characters that I think it's solidified at this point. They're my two favorites of the season, at least character-wise. It's Coach and Rizo.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So fun.
Yeah, I like Rizzo. I think he's doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Coach is just annoying, though. His IQs don't even make any sense. Isn't it supposed to be 3.5 or 3.73 or 5.73 or something?
Yeah.
5.75.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Coach is just ridiculous. I love him as a character. But yeah, I can see how he would get annoying out there and why people are trying to target him because
Yeah, absolutely. I love when we get to this part of a season. I do enjoy pre-merge. I love all of Survivor, but everybody on one beach, the merge, that's really when Survivor singing to me. I love seeing the strategy. I love seeing the players. And my gosh, I've never been more jealous in my life than the person, whoever runs the camera and gets to watch the hammock doing the swings, taking those shots. I want that job. Replace that person with me, okay? That's my favorite thing.
Yeah. You can have people like Christian hanging out underneath the hammock, swinging Joe.
Coach
Everybody
doing
gets a
haikus
swing.
off himself. The person filming that has to be just laughing the whole time and having a great time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's part of the whole magic of the thing.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the specifics of this episode. So we get back from Tribal Council with all of the remaining people coming back, and immediately after Camilla's blindside, that third of the tribe comes back, and you have Tiffany super pissed, and she calls Jonathan a lying skank in her confessional, which is just super funny. I love that we're getting Tiffany's
the Mean Girls reference to it, because in the trailer they just showed her calling him a lying skank. I'm like, well, that's out of nowhere, but now we know it's the Mean Girls reference.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
She got Regina George in the background.
Absolutely. She did it to herself.
Yeah.
Because I could see, I could picture if she said it to Jonathan's face, he'd be like, "What's Mean Girls? I don't even know what this is."
He probably know. He looks the type.
Yeah.
Jonathan would be like, "What's a burn book?"
Yeah.
What is this?
So that's gonna lead to them fighting with each other, publicly at camp, which everybody's just watching. You have Rick Devens, Christian, and Emily that are just watching it happen, and they're just like, "Whoa, this is a show right now."
It's like real live TV.
Yeah,
that's the real live version they get.
They were like this. We could show popcorn or candy in their mouth. They were just watching it off.
Yeah,
so
I
much
thought
else to do out there.
This episode was really funny in the sense to have Emily always with people watching Coach do the haikus. She's like, look, he's talking to himself. Or, watching He had the prime time viewing of all these.
And then she tells everybody everything too.
Yeah, she can't keep her mouth.
Everything. She can't keep quiet at all.
Yeah, she can't keep her mouth shut. Like here it comes into play because she's played with Dee before. They both played in 45, and she screws over her castmate, who she's been friends with for like a couple years, and like that's insane to me. Like, it's
not good gameplay.
No, and I think Dee obviously really messed up with her information flow, but again, I think she thought she could trust Emily, and she clearly can't. So. But yeah, so after this, like, yeah, we get Coach in his haikus. You have Jonathan being like, wait, are you talking to yourself, or like, what are you doing? Like, and so Coach declares war. He replaces Colby with Rizard and the Four Horsemen, which is, I think this is the second Four Horsemen alliance, and I think it might do a lot better than the one in Fiji. So
yeah, Rizard didn't like being the fourth one added in there though. He was a substitute.
No,
that was not a good time.
No.
But I wonder if Coach even knows the reference about the Four Horsemen in Fiji, because like I don't even know if he saw Survivor before he played Tocantins.
I don't think so. Like if I remember, I feel like he got recruited and they just like obviously loved him as a character. They knew he would be a big personality, so So I don't know though. So yeah, then Coach and Rizo are talking. I mean, we're basically gonna get that Rizo is talking about how he has to teach Coach how to play Survivor because Coach doesn't know what he's doing. He's like, I wasn't even like born when like these people played the game. I had to teach someone like twice my age how to play.
Yeah, Coach always has these people like coaching him. Like it was Tyson in Heroes and Villains. Yes. Now it's Rizo.
Yeah, Denise, if you're on the island, would you be coaching Coach, or would you just let him like flame out? Like, what would be your strategy?
I'd use him as a shield, and as soon as I could get rid of him, I'd take him out.
Right.
Yeah, he's just annoying. You got to have allies.
Right.
So
I mean,
you got to play people.
Yeah, do you find similarities between like Coach and like Jean Robert in your season? Because I feel like they were both huge personalities. They both annoyed people. Like, I mean, do you see any similarities between the two?
Yeah, I see a lot of similarities. I think that's probably why I don't like him so much. Jean Robert was quite the villain. He didn't want to do anything, and he told you that how he doesn't want to do anything.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
Least shocking thing I've ever heard interviewing any guest.
So now Emily can't keep her mouth shut, as we said. So she outs Dee as exposing Rizzo's idol. So it's going to lead to Rizo being like, Dee, did you expose my idol? She has to admit it to him. And so now Rizzo's like, well, now I know I can't trust Dee at this point. So that's basically what happens at camp. So let's head to the journey, though, because this is going to be interesting because I feel like we haven't gotten as much Stephenie LaGrossa throughout the season as I think we should have. And now we're finally getting this part of her storyline where she has to hold her arm up for a steal a vote, which she does get. Obviously, this is a classic challenge. And Stephenie talks about how she dislocated her shoulder, heroes versus villains, as we know. And I didn't know like the residual effects from that. Yeah. Like what she went through after the show, because I don't think she ever has spoken about it before.
Yeah, that was news to me. I didn't realize she went through all of that. But then again, like after Heroes and Villains, she kind of like disappeared. Like she was probably in the limelight too much.
No.
Yeah, she's her life.
Yeah, she started. Well, that's when she got married too, and she had the kids and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But she's one tough chick. She's one toughie.
Right. Oh, I think I could like have a tape right here. I think I could do this for an hour, but honestly, I don't know if I could. Like, do you think you guys could do that? Stephenie obviously can. I don't know if I could.
Probably not.
Well, when you're out there trying it, and you know you're going to get soaking wet, or you're going to be able to keep your arm up for an hour. You're going to keep your arm up for an hour.
Right.
Because it depends on what time of the day it is. You won't get dry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't want to go to sleep soggy wet. You know, you've limited
Right.
clothing. That's a really good point, Denise.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you get soaked. It's nasty. Then
Yeah.
you're freezing because of the wind and the chill and the sun going down.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Mm.
I would hate
It's
that.
really windy there. As you know, Angela gave up her coat.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know what that was all about, but that was
Mm.
a little bit of redemption, I guess, on her part.
Right. So Stephenie does get the steal a vote, and this is more storytelling that we know from other reality shows. Stephenie goes to Cirie, and at first she's trying to she's like, I'm not going to tell anyone about my steal a vote, and then Cirie just knows when Stephenie is lying, because she's played with Steph so many times, and so this is such good gameplay by Cirie to just basically, have Steph's trust so much that Steph will come up to her and then she can just read Steph like a book. Like, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I think this moment is showing again, because they've shown this a few times this season, but these very subtle, masterful social and strategic plays by Cirie. Like, she's so good. This is like a masterclass in gameplay. And I mean, at this point, she's my winner pick. Like, I think as good as she's playing so good that it won't even be obvious because she'll schmooze everyone over so they won't vote her out. But yeah, I feel like it's the only concern is with Micronesia, where she played so well and then got to the end and couldn't get to the end. Although that one though, her allies were literally taking her to the final three, and then it just wasn't a final three. So with her being aligned so closely with Ozzy and Rizo, I think, is a gamer and knows you can't go with Cirie, but who knows? Ozzy maybe would go with Cirie. I don't know. But
I think Ozzy. I think he would take her to the end. I think he's just as big a friend and a fan to her that he couldn't not take her. Rizo would know. He would. I would hope Rizo would cut her.
But I mean, in Micronesia, Parvati is one of the greatest of all time, and Parvati took Cirie to the end. So if Parvati is going to go with Cirie, then anybody will.
Yeah. I feel like Ozzy has been super loyal every single time he's played. So, yeah.
Exactly. He's a good guy.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
But you don't want to take good guys at the end.
Yeah.
Right. Because then it's hard to beat them. So yeah, then off of this alliance, Cirie tells Rizo about Steph's advantage, and we get Cirie's Rizard of Oz alliance with Cirie, Rizzo, and Oz.
I love that.
That's my favorite alliance.
Yeah.
Have you seen the memes? He's dressed
I
like
think
the Scarecrow, and
yeah.
Oh
Yes.
she's like Dorothy, and he's like,
that's adorable.
pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy's the cowardly lion, I think, in some of the memes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it. So so off of this, we now head to our reward and immunity challenge. So this is the classic new era challenge with the boulders and the puzzle, and the team that ends up winning the reward is Ozzy, Joe, Rick Devens, Emily Flippin, Dee, and Stephenie. And then we get to holding the ball on the pole, and Ozzy almost ties the record of Boston Rob, where he now has 8 challenges in his Survivor career, 8 immunity challenges. And so good for Ozzy. I loved seeing Ozzy get back his immunity win streak, because Game Changers, he didn't win anything. And so to get that back, I think is yes, we're getting kind of peak Ozzy back a little bit.
Definitely, he's gotten his confidence back for sure.
Yeah,
agreed. I don't think Jeff would have brought that up if Ozzy isn't maybe potentially going to tie or break the record. I think we're getting set up to see him do well.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. I think Ozzy's storyline, I would love to see the Rizard of Oz make it to the final 3, but I am worried with the idol and kind of them showing Ozzy getting blindsided in Micronesia with the idol in his pocket, that we are going to get an Ozzy blindside again with an idol in his pocket.
No. Oh, I hope not. I think he'd learn his lesson by now.
I would hope so.
He'll keep winning immunity, and then he can play.
I mean, I would honestly love if someone like for the first time ever just won every single immunity challenge. Like, I don't know, I think that'd be kind of fun. Just to see. It's like pretty much impossible, but like I guess Ozzy and Cook Islands almost did it but they only had like 6 individual challenges, I think.
Right.
So
but yeah, here it's gonna be tougher because there's so many people, so there's so many more challenges to win.
Right.
Exactly. Denise, in your opinion, your season is very famous. It's one of my personal favorites ones. And we saw people go home with maybe 1 or 2 idols in their pocket. Do you think anyone learned from your season about that? Do you think it's being applied to 50?
Well, I definitely think so because they nobody wants to get the outrank James and his idols with his 2 going away. So everybody wants to at least try to play them. A lot of people, they don't know when to play them or how to play them. But I think now that this season, I think they will play them right. Finally.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get to an idol maybe being played incorrectly at the end of the episode, but
a lot like Aubry, who played her idol for no reason.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at for sure.
They bullied her into playing that, and she's like, I don't want this anymore. Like, what are you, nuts?
Yeah, what she say, the Scarlet Letter?
Yeah,
they just messed their brain for a little bit.
I mean, we can just get into that now then, like with Aubry. I mean, her claim that she was going to play it at the last tribal council, but forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have forgot to play it again.
Yeah. That's not a good lie for her because everybody, they should know she's such a strong player. Like, she's one of the best to never win from Co Wrong. Obviously, like, her reputation's gone downhill a bit, but yeah, not good.
I just don't see Aubry winning because I also just feel like they're like not only like with how the game is playing out, but I just feel like the edit is completely dunking on Aubry every chance they get. So
agreed.
Yeah, I agree.
So then we are going to have how the scramble, they're going to split the votes between Dee and Tiffany. And Coach ends up like, this is where Rizo's trying to teach Coach about how to play. And like Coach is getting pissed because then they end up like telling Rick Devens and Christian, the people in the middle, which he doesn't want to tell the people in the middle, but they end up finding out. And Coach throws a hissy fit about the middle people knowing about the plan.
Oh my gosh.
He's playing an honorable game.
Yes. Honor and integrity.
Honor, integrity, lions and hyenas, people in the middle. Like, it's crazy. Wait, is that a haiku? Did I almost do it accidentally?
I think you did.
Might have.
Go back and count.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to tribal council, and so a couple things do happen here. We are going to get Dee scrambling to get votes on Coach. She's like whispering to everybody. We see this happen time and time again in Survivor since Game Changers. And, I don't think this was ever going to be successful to get the votes on Coach, although Coach is annoying people. But, I mean, do you think this was, like, the right last-ditch effort for Dee to try to do? Or, I mean, was her goose cooked, like, regardless of what she did here?
I mean, I think going on Coach is probably the best bet considering everything. Because I feel like if she goes for someone else, it's like they didn't do anything wrong necessarily. And like maybe you're saying, oh, let's go for Cirie or whoever because they're a threat. But then if people are aligned with them, they're like, well, Dee, you're a huge threat. You're a winner and you're one of the most dominant winners. So go for you. So I think to go for the annoying probably her best bet, but I don't know for sure. I mean, yeah, like it looked like not great from her, but I think she sunk her own boat a little bit because like her spilling Rizzo's idol, I don't think helped at all. Like I think she didn't do that. Like maybe she's not going here, she'll make it a little farther. Like I think she's never going too far in the game, but to be for sure could have been prevented, I think.
Oh, I agree completely.
Like her.
Yeah, when they were asking around, when they were doing the the survey before who was going to vote for Dee and who was going to vote for Tiffany, and everybody was going to vote for Dee anyways.
Right.
Everybody,
Yeah.
And they were like, well, someone has to vote for Tiffany. So
Right.
they were making them choose, but yeah, she's definitely a threat, though. She won all those challenges in a row.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I mean,
strategist.
Right. And she dominated her season in 45 and won because of it. Like, I think, like, it's always interesting to me to watch these finalists and winners in, like, when they return to another season after they, like, dominated, and see how they do, if they get their torches snuffed or if they can, like, adapt again. So I always find that fascinating.
100%.
Yeah.
And because she's never been voted out before.
Right.
And kind of what Shane said earlier, how we're seeing small touches with Cirie and how she's your winner pick. I think she's probably also mine. I think Dee, she cooked her own goose when she told Rizo's idol. And the two of them, they seem to have this game locked down. I think they have so much power, more so than I think the viewers are saying.
Yeah. And I think to that point, like, the editors chose to kind of do the flashback to show Dee messing up, because if they showed it earlier on, we'd be like, oh yeah, Dee's done. She ruined her game. And it'd be like, we see it coming. But here, at least I didn't think Dee was in the greatest spot, but I didn't think she was in the worst spot. She's kind of somewhere in the middle. But once I saw that, I'm like, yeah, she's done. Her game she's not long for this game.
Yeah. Do you guys think she was honestly mad at Jonathan and Coach, or do you think she was trying to blow them up, thinking that, sure, she's going home soon, she has to get the spotlight off her on someone else? Like, what do you think her intentions were with that fight?
Denise, do you have anything?
Well, she was originally just going to take Jonathan and go talk to him.
Yeah.
But then she went and talked to Coach instead, and then this whole thing started. And it looked like they pushed her on purpose to get into the conversation. But I think she, like you said, she shouldn't have said anything about his idol.
Right.
Because that's the only way, you got to get trust somehow.
Yeah, I think she did become legitimately pissed at Jonathan when he was, like, going after her, because, like, he's, yelling at her at Tribal too about, like, well, you voted Charlie out and you lied to me and, like, all this other stuff. I do think it comes down to, I think Dee made the wrong choice. Like, if she was going to work with Rizo, fine, but then you're going to expose his idol. So, like, why not just work with Charlie? I don't know. Like, she also said in Exit Press, like, she did have that call with Rizo, and, like, she admitted to that, what Charlie has been saying for a few weeks. And so I think that definitely may have impacted things, though. She said she didn't trust Rizo from that call, and then, like, she trusted him once they got on the island. So that was very interesting to me. I do still think that it was probably the wrong move to blindside Charlie for both Camilla and Dee, because now they're clearly both out of the game. So
exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, like, I kind of agree with Jonathan, where, like, with his arguments with Tiffany and Dee, where he's like, why are you mad at me and saying I'm so bad when you literally did the same thing to me and left me out of the Charlie vote, and I didn't act like that.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I'm surprisingly really impressed by Jonathan's gameplay this season. Yeah. And I think it's because, at least in my head, the bar was so low, where he's just like this challenge guy, but here he's coming out and, like, really playing good strategically. And, like, I feel like he's making good social moves too. They're just not landing. Like, he's definitely cooked himself with some of these potential jurors. So it's like, I don't know what his win equity is. But he shouldn't have, because, like, the moves he's doing, like, I think he's playing well socially. It's just they're not liking it for whatever reason.
I agree. I had Jonathan and Ozzy on my list as the two people I thought going into 50 not going to change their game. Yeah. And I'm so pleasantly surprised they both are trying to. Yeah. What about you, Denise? Did you think they would change their game?
I think Jonathan's doing a heck of a job. He's talking a lot more, and he's interacting, and he's making his own decisions, really. 'Cause he was
Yeah.
really upset about not being included at Charlie Boat. And I think he really hurt himself. So this little play game that he's doing now is a way for him to blow up other people's games
Yeah.
and try to get ahead on himself.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody is upset after being left out of a vote. Like, I'm sure you were upset, Denise, the couple times you got left out of a vote. Like, it doesn't feel good.
No, especially if you don't know what's going on.
Right.
You think you know, and then you don't know, and then it's like it's too late to say, change your mind or whatever.
Right.
But
Exactly. So Dee does play her shot in the dark, knowing that she's probably going home, and it is not safe. So Dee is voted out 8-4-1 over Tiffany and Coach. So yeah, like we said, I mean, Dee being the last winner standing, for her to be the first juror of Survivor 50, I think is pretty fitting. And we'll see if the mayor of Ponderosa ends up having a lot of influence, because generally the mayors of Ponderosa typically do. I feel like.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see that, especially with such a big jury, because presumably 11 of them, if it's a final 3. I just thought of one thing that I want to see what your thoughts are. So in terms of thinking of like what else could Dee have done, what if she pitched Christian as the vote? Because Christian ran like most of the pre-merge votes, which I think at least a good amount of the people know that. And Coach is saying like, oh yeah, Christian's in the middle. These middle people are dangerous. I don't know that Dee knew that part or not, but like probably because everyone's talking. So I feel like if she knew Coach felt that way about Christian, and you have the fact that he like ran all these votes, that could be a way to get Coach on your side if possible, and you're not the vote. So what do you all think of that?
Yeah, I think that taking out Christian, because I actually think Coach might have been down for that. If like he doesn't like the middle people, I think Coach could have definitely rallied some votes for Christian, and it maybe could have helped diffuse the situation. So
yeah, I think the D vote was so set in stone that they couldn't change it around if they wanted to.
Yeah.
This wasn't his time.
Yeah, it was set. And Cirie and Rizo are really, in my opinion, just really running this. I think who they want to go is going to go, and they decided Dee this time.
Yeah, and it just so happened that Coach and the other one agreed with them that they wanted the same person out. So it just happened to work out that way this time.
Yeah,
it's not always going to work out that way.
Right.
Although Christian would have been a way better mayor of Ponderosa. I think that would have been really entertaining to see him on that role.
Yeah. All right, let's do predictions and then favorite players. So predictions for next week. It looks like we're getting another double boot based on everything. And then we also see Cirie crying. So what is going to make Cirie cry? We've obviously seen like her big moment in Game Changers on the balance beam and in Bandage Get In and all these other things that probably would make Cirie cry. And she didn't cry like it seems she's crying in the preview. So I am definitely curious what goes on next week.
I wonder, or I think it could be she goes to exile, because like it's pretty evident it's a double boot, because like the name of the episode, it's like double the consequences or something. There's 13 people. It's like if they're gonna do 2 groups of 6, one person's left out.
Right.
So I wonder if that's it.
That's a good idea. That makes sense to me, that she would be on exile by herself. Maybe get maybe a letter or something.
Yeah,
like a letter from home or some sort of advantage, or even just like struggling out there by herself for a couple of days, knowing if people are going home. I could see that.
Yeah. I'm thinking also Tiffany could go home, or we could get some stuff with the fake idol finally. I do wonder, because I also think sooner rather than later we're going to see Emily either blow up Christian's game or Emily's going to blow herself up. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure the fake idol is going to come up, because they released the TV guide description for the episode, and it says something about like theatrics at tribal council may blow up in people's faces.
Okay, so
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we could get.
So I'm pretty sure that's what it means, but like it could be something else, but who knows?
I can't wait. That's all I know.
Yeah, I'm ready for Wednesday already.
Absolutely. Well, let's get our favorite player of the episode. Denise, who is your favorite player of this episode?
My favorite player is Ozzy. I think he did great in the first part of the challenge, and then he just stuck it out for the second part. And he's going to go a long way this time, I hope.
Yeah, I can see it for sure. Lindsey.
I usually try to pick someone different, but I have to go with Ozzy too. Like, I watched that challenge 3 times in a row because I thought he did such a good job, and we saw the Ozzy that we've seen from his first season and the first couple seasons come out. He was leading that tribe. He did such a good job in the challenge, and he's so well positioned in the game. So I have to agree with Ozzy.
Yeah, for sure. Shane, are you going to pick Ozzy or are you going with someone else?
No, definitely not Ozzy. It's either Rizo or Coach. I'm genuinely like 50-50 on it.
I think Coach had a lot of airtime this week, but
yeah. I forget because I feel like I've been between those two for a while, like each episode.
Well, you have to give a Haikus if you pick Coach.
Yeah, did I do Coach last week? I'll do Coach again because I feel like Rizo might be longer for the game because like Coach's game potentially could have blown up based on this. So I'll go Coach just in case I don't have another opportunity.
Okay. You might have picked Coach. I don't know if that's going to work. Jake, what is your pick? Let's go. That's
wow. Got it. Okay. Well, that was good. All right. I got to pick Rizgod. I mean,
yeah,
him teaching Coach how to play Survivor is hilarious. And just like the Rizard of Oz is just an iconic name, and probably mostly because of his name being there.
It's also creative. Like, I don't think I could have created that name. Like, that's
fun.
It's very good.
Name.
It's very good.
You can think about a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's true. It's true. Well, thanks so much, Denise, for hopping on. This has been great as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, I'm sure Shane and I can't wait to meet you in person this week for the Boston watch party.
Yeah, definitely. We'll definitely find you in the crowd.
Yeah.
Take a picture and post it in the comments of you guys together at the watch party.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. So with that, we'll see you all next week for more Survivor 50 coverage on the Tribe of Nerds.
Bye, everybody.
Cool. Bye.
Bye.